loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anita and I talk about self-growth, self-development, lifestyle, skincare. So if it sounds like your thing, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you can see my videos every single week. I post on Wednesdays and on Sundays. So let's get right onto the video. Today I'm going to be talking about self-love. How did I do this stuff? I'm going to be talking about self-love. Ignore the fact that I cannot make a love with my hand. I'm going to be talking about self-love. What exactly is self-love and how to have self-love, ways we can have self-love. Self-love is simple, but at the same time not simple, because we have a lot of people struggling with self-hate. We sometimes struggle with self-hate. I'm going to start by defining what self-love is. Self-love is simply putting yourself first. Self-love is under the category of self-care, caring for yourself enough to put yourself first, putting your well-being first, putting your wants and desires and needs first, and not sacrificing your happiness for others. As I was working on this topic, I realized that there is a thin line between sacrifice and compromise, and sometimes we mistake the both. We mistake compromise and sacrifice, and sometimes we do not even know we are sacrificing ourselves for others. Love is not sacrifice. Love is compromise. Compromise is you and someone else, probably a friend or a partner, meeting at a point to find a solution, while sacrifice is one person doing the heavy lifting for the other person. Like you are doing things that you do not want to do for somebody else, and the person is not doing anything at all. You're there doing the heavy lifting, shifting your morals, and just basically giving up things that you do not want to give up. There's a line between sacrifice and compromise, and we know exactly which one is healthy and which one is toxic. Sacrifice is toxic. Sacrificing yourself because you do not want to make someone angry is not self-love. But compromise is love. Compromise is self-love and love for the other person as well. I just want to clear that up because sometimes we might do it unconsciously. I have not really been much of a people pleaser, but I know amazing people that unconsciously sacrifice their happiness for others. But at the end of the day, they end up being resentful towards the other person because they are working their ass out for the other person. They are doing things that they wouldn't want to do for the other person. So at the end of the day, they end up being resentful. So now that we understand what self-love is, how do we then practice it? Taking more kindly to ourselves. So just imagine you have a friend and your friend comes and tells you, you look awful today. How would you feel? Or your partner tells you that you look ugly, I don't even know what I see in you. How would you feel? Exactly, you feel bad, you feel hot. In fact, you might even fight. I want to fight. So just imagine someone tells you that thing. You feel hot, you are defensive, and you might argue with the person. But sometimes we unconsciously do it to ourselves. We tell ourselves these words, and we do it so much that it becomes unconscious. For one, I make that mistake sometimes. I start projecting some negative thoughts to myself. I do it sometimes. And when you do this continuously, you make it an habit, you project a lot of self-hate, doubt, low self-esteem, feeling of worthlessness, and even anxiety or depression if you keep on saying negative things to yourself. If you will not allow anybody say those kind of things to you, if you wouldn't like someone saying those kind of things to you, then why would you yourself say those kind of things to you? Why would you say those kind of things about yourself? If you are the kind of person that have those negative mindsets, you have negative thoughts, you are more likely to attract negative situations that will not reinforce the negative thoughts and negative message to yourself. You begin to see just your flaws and not the good in the situation. You see the good in the situation and you are content and grateful. So if you are that kind of person with a negative mindset, you are likely going to attract negative situations and you will always see the bad in every situation. That's just it, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good look. You're with your friends and you are being negative. Nobody wants to hang out with you. Sorry, but nobody wants to hang out with you because you are negative. You are projecting negativity and negative thoughts, negative mindset. So if you do that to yourself, you are likely going to do that to others. So how do you speak kindly to yourself? So now that you understand, now that you know that sometimes you make that mistake of speaking negative about yourself, be aware when you're speaking negative. Learn to notice when you are critical of yourself. Stop that thought right on its track. And also replace critical thoughts with something more positive and helpful. I do this a lot. When I begin to say things, negative things about myself, I stop and replace it with, I rephrase it. So replace negative thoughts with more positive thoughts. I do this a lot when I make a mistake. Instead of saying I'm a terrible person, I might actually say I'm a terrible person, then stop and rephrase and say I'm a wonderful person. Everybody makes mistakes. I've learned from these mistakes and I'm not going to repeat it. Simple. You have to be mindful of the kind of things that you tell yourself to. Don't just be negative to yourself and expect that you're going to radiate positive energy. It doesn't happen that way. So try to be more positive with yourself and be gentle with yourself. Say gentle things to yourself. And another way to stop saying negative things to yourself is to consider those things that you are saying to yourself. Can you say it to somebody else? Can you be that negative to someone else? Why would you say it to yourself? So consider if those things that you think about, if you can say it to someone else, then probably it's fine. But if you cannot say those things to somebody else because you know that it might hurt the person, then do not say it to yourself because it is going to hurt you too. Words are powerful. Do not play with your words. Be careful, be mindful, select your words, filter them. The way you cannot just speak anyhow in public, talk to people anyhow, don't talk to yourself that way. I feel like you should treat yourself with the utmost respect. Then if you are able to treat yourself with that respect, you'll be able to treat others that way too. While social media is sometimes touted to combat loneliness, a significant body of research suggests it may have opposite effects. By triggering comparison with others, it can raise self-doubt and self-worth and may probably lead to anxiety and depression. So guys, let me tell you something. Social media is designed to make you feel bad about yourself. We sometimes go to social media to make ourselves feel good, feel happy, feel less lonely. But if you are not careful with the kind of content you feed yourself, you are likely going to feel bad about yourself. Some of the times when we go on social media, we do not just go on social media for like the fun of it, or just like to feel good and all of that, to talk to friends or look at pictures and be inspired. We go on social media and then we now start comparing ourselves with the people we see online, and we're shouting God win, God win, God win. We do this a lot. Or we go online and we see relationships and you're like God win and all of that, oppression here and there. You know how it is when you're online, you're saying so many things and you are thinking about your life. You start to think about your life, like what's happening, like really what's happening with me? Like everybody's making it and I'm here, everybody's having clear skin and I'm here, everybody's buying car. Like there was a time everybody was buying cars. I think it was during the COVID time. I don't know, funny enough, I had a lot of people on my feeds buying cars and doing things while I was at home, stuck at home, just there, not achieving anything. When you find yourself comparing yourself to the things we see online, that's when it becomes bad. We compare ourselves to edited Photoshop pictures. We compare our relationship to couple goals online. And the thing about this stuff is that they don't post pictures of themselves fighting or in disagreement, or they do not post their sad moments. Not that I'm saying that they should post their sad moment, but you should not compare your life, your whole life, to pictures. It doesn't mean anything. People come online to like make themselves feel good. If you're the kind of person that feel bad when you come online, I think you should check yourself. Maybe unfollow people that make you feel bad, and try to understand that everything that you see nothing is real on social media. Nothing, absolutely nothing is real on social media. If we've not learned anything this year, we should learn that there's nothing real on social media. The couples that you are seeing as couple goals yesterday might come online, and it happens like that. That they will come online the next day and they're like fighting, they're broken up and all of that, and cursing themselves on social media, which is very ugly to look at. So you shouldn't feel bad when you go online and you see nice pictures. Like, some of these people are paid to look that way, and even they themselves don't even look that way. They don't look like they're edited pictures, to be frank. So why should you feel bad when you go online and you're seeing a beautiful girl with full makeup and all of that? I'm not saying that they are not beautiful, they are, but do not compare yourself to pictures. You don't know what they go through. You don't understand what they face every day. So I feel like you should actually focus on yourself. Focus on your progress. If it makes you feel so bad, why don't you give social media a break? Social media has a lot of benefits. It just depends on how you see it. I learn a lot on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram. I learn a lot. I get inspired by a lot of people. So if you feel like it's getting too much, you can just give it a break, like a month's break, 2 months break, 6 months, a year, depending on how you feel. Give it a break. You can also limit your social media usage to a particular time of the day. Like I said earlier, unfollow people that make you feel bad. If they make you feel bad, just unfollow and block. It's that simple. You don't have to follow them and feel bad about your life. Nothing is real on social media. I just want you to get that. And then while you're unfollowing people that make you feel bad, follow people that make you feel good. Follow people that inspire you to learn, to do things, to achieve things. Follow people that you learn a lot from. Another way to have self-love is to surround yourself with people that make you feel good. They say you are likely going to be like the 5 people you hang around with most. You are likely going to be like them. So surround yourself with people that make you feel good, people that would encourage you. Surround yourself with people that are positive minded and would rub those positivity on you. Guys, I learned the sign. It's like this and not like this. That brings us to the end of this video. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your post notification, and I'll see you guys next time.